Right, something here. Why is there a food shortage when basically we're eating lots of fruit and veg, or most of us are, and I hope everybody does one day? Why is there a fruit shortage when there is an abundance of seeds coming out of all of this fruit and veg, and lots of kitchen waste, scraps from the fruit and veg? Right now, this is a little mango tree I germinated from a mango which I ate, and its seed I put in a pot. As you see, there's a lovely little tree coming on, quite inspiring as well. Now onto here, there's a celery. Now, basically, with this little experiment, I've put this one into water. This was celery from a shop about a week ago. It now has new roots, and that will become a new celery. Still living. These celeries here, yeah, I put these into compost. They were chopped right down. This is a few weeks ago, and now it's growing into new celeries. 2 new celeries. No colour difference, lush and green, not like the celeries that you see in the supermarkets either. I think that's something to do with how they grow them in tubes or something to make them straight. Right, so now from kitchen waste I've got a mango tree, 3 celeries. Okay, but it don't just stop there. See here, this is potato peeling. It has some roots. Just a potato peeling. Okay, so what we'll do, so the old spud, put them into some compost. It's just from potato peelings growing into compost. Okay, right, now let's see what happens with this. Just put the 2 in there and cover them over. Okay, we shall see what happens just from that 2 little bits of potato peelings. Yeah, a little bit of water. That's it. Give it a good soaking. That's it. Right, now back to this one with how that's done with the celery. It's a perpetual from a supermarket. Yeah, absolutely will be no different than a celery. You can either place it in water and root it up, or place it into some compost soil. But I did find that placing it into the water, the energy goes into re-rooting. Placing it into the compost, the energy goes into growing new leaves, and slower with the rooting side. But both works. Yeah. And at the end of the day, we can do this with lots and lots of organic scraps from our kitchen and help with future food. So you can do it with peppers. That's just the top of the pepper. Yeah. Oh, top of the pepper. Yeah. You do a little bit of compost to the pot. Yep. Okay. Just the pepper. What do I do with the pepper? I don't know what to do anyway. There's peppers. Okay. Don't have to be individually or anything like that. You can split them out later on when they grow. But it's all the fundamental idea of it is growing food from your kitchen scraps. Don't have to buy seeds. Don't have to do anything too technical or anything like that. There you go, look. That's peppers planted. Yeah? So those will become traffic light peppers. There you go. It's quite important to try and make it organic. Look for what you're actually purchasing, because there's a bit of a thing going on with the GMOs. Worthwhile looking up about the GMO side of the foods. Codex alimentarius as well is another. So now we've just planted some traffic light peppers. Right. Hope you're getting this idea, because it's simple, isn't it? To be honest, I find it very upsetting, all this business with the food banks and everything else. People saying, oh, we've got no food. Yet they go to the supermarket, they buy food, and the scraps go in the bin from organic foods. From foods which will regrow. Some chili peppers. Look at that, that's chili almost dried out. Sprinkle. Look at that. Nice little pod to keep it nice and safe. A little bit of compost on the top. Okay, guess what's going to be growing out of there in a short while? That's going to be half a dozen chili pepper plants. Half a dozen. Just from one little squeeze of that chili pepper. How many chili peppers can grow off of one plant? Depends on how well you look after it. If you look after it well, you'll get lots and lots of chili peppers. You'll get lots and lots of perpetual come back off of that. You'll get lots of celery to grow back off of that. The mango tree, well, obviously that's going to take a lot longer. Potatoes, that'll be a good experiment. You can see how you can have them grow them as big potatoes, or you could grow them as new salad potatoes. Choice will be yours. But it doesn't only need to be with that one. And here is a pot. We've got plum seeds, orange seeds, lemon seeds, all sorts of seeds there. All taken from our fruit indoors and just collected. So, look at that. And apple seeds, by the looks. Got an abundance of seeds. This is just collected from indoors, from our fruit and veg, what we get from the supermarkets. And so, it's quite important to look out and try and get organic, if you can. I don't know how far they've gone into GMO oranges and things like that. I think a lot of them still remain as hybrids. So what should we do? There's an orange seed in there. Yeah. Put one in the middle. A little orange seed in the middle. And sprinkle of compost. A little drop of water. There you go. Also, the dried cherry tomato. And that. Yeah. Rip that open. Look at that. Dried on the outside, a whole bunch of seeds still on the inside. Right, what I'm going to do is, like I say, I don't mind splitting them up. Once they've started growing, compost again. Yeah, quite literally. This is for just for quite literally. Squeeze out. Just put it in there like that. Even. Let's see how it goes like that. What I'm trying to show here is how food can be so free and easy. Also, most of it is perpetual. See, a little bit of water again. I think this is a bit of a message, isn't it, really? I hate the supermarkets, I hate what they're doing to people, and I hate how they make people rely on them. And people should be thinking, growing and providing for their families, for themselves, to the best they can. And it all starts with your food at home. Very much so. It does in my world. And I think with all this austerity, the austerity cuts, things like that, people should be looking to be self-sufficient, grow your own food, learn about making homemade renewable energies, things like that. Be independent, best you can, because it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It's not going to get better at all, I don't think. Not, well, I wish and pray, I hope it would for people, but it's a world where we have to stand on our own 2 feet, and that's what the Tories like, or all the government. So with this, where do we get to? I think that was showing an example there. Really, within the space of a minute, we've planted chilies, we've planted tomatoes. Showing you the tatsoi, celery, mango. There's an orange planted. Yeah, tomato planted. Just shows how simple and easy it can be. And not forgetting the potato. Just from a potato peeling, we're going to get new potatoes. How fab is that? So, to be quite honest, I hope people take notice and start to learn about all this sort of thing. Of growing homegrown food, good healthy stuff for the family, all the family. As you can see, looking up to there, this is what I've got going on so far. I can see I'm not going to be going hungry during the summer, neither will my children. Yeah. So if people can take on board, start growing food, and it doesn't have to be just in your gardens. It can be planted in the streets. Why aren't the streets food forests? They could be. The whole of England could be a food forest. Instead, it's wasted with ornamental plants and lawns. You know, which is not a good thing at all. It really is not. Not when these supermarkets are treating people like so. So, chemical additives, not good. GMO food, not good. They fuel the medical industry and create illness. And the medical industry is a multi-billion pound thing. And they don't care about people's health. They do not. So, well, I think I've shown you a little bit here of what you could do independently for yourselves. And if you live in a flat, the other thing is what you can always do, if you've got a little bit of space, look into it. You can use things like LED lights, grow lights, things like that. I know they've got a bit of a stigma with the pot world and stuff, but it doesn't have to be. It can be used for vegetables and fruit and stuff like that as well. And there's the light what I do use, as you can see, beams down onto the veg. And believe me, they are very, very good. As you can see at the back here, flowers on that tomato. Yeah, due from the dual spectrum of the light, being the red and the blue. So, good luck, and I hope people do start growing more food for themselves, and will help to heal Britain and the rest of the world from it. Okay, thank you for listening and watching.